p.m. tonight. Please raise your hand to ask a question and remain on mute. Otherwise, no tweeting in the broadcast section. And due to the time constraints, the amount of people on the call, we'll ask for one question per person with a follow-up as well, to allow us to get through as many as possible in the time we have. So I think Jamie Weir is going to kick us off from Sky. Yes, Jamie.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Antonio. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Some managers are saying that this weekend's round of fixtures should be postponed. Others think it should be carrying on. Some have questioned the integrity of the league, with some games being played and some not. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts, and we are ready to follow the rules, and I think that this is the most important thing. If there are the rules, for sure the rules have to be the same for all the teams. For this reason, we are ready to follow the rules, and we are ready to play, and we are ready to do what the other tell us to do, and yeah.
Can I ask you what your thoughts are regarding vaccination as well? The EFL yesterday said 25% of their players have no intention of being vaccinated. In Spain, 97% of players are vaccinated. What are your thoughts on it, and what's the situation at Tottenham?
But honestly, this is a personal matter, the vaccination, and I have been vaccinated, and my family, my daughter, my wife, they did the same, and but for sure, this a matter, a personal matter, and I'd like that the other people do the same, but every single person has to take the best decision for himself. I have been vaccinated, and also my family, and we did the vaccination, and I think that in this moment is very important to have this type of solution against this problem.
Grazie, Antonio.
Grazie.
Thanks, Jamie. James Savindra, please.
Hi, Antonio. Half of the Premier League matches this weekend have been called off. Do you want your match to take place on Sunday?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah, so half of the matches that are supposed to take place this weekend in the Premier League have already been postponed. Your game against Liverpool is set to take place. Do you want the match to go ahead?
But as I said to you before, and we are ready to follow what the Premier League decides. And in the past, I have seen that, for example, and in the situation and then against Rennes, and I have seen that it was a big problem for us, and because we had many players with COVID, and no one wants to take a decision about this. And I don't remember that last week we had an outbreak with 9 players with COVID, with seven person of the staff with COVID, with the under 23 many players with COVID, but and then we are expecting the decision about our game against Rennes. But this is an example, and I repeat, if there are rules, and we have to follow the rules and to respect this, and we are ready to do this. And for sure, the situation is not simple. It's not easy situation for all the teams, but every game we are prepared to play every game. It was the same against Leicester. It was the same against Rennes. It was the same in every game that they decided to postpone.
And this is the first match that your team will play in 2 weeks. How are the squad, both physically but also mentally as well?
Yeah, after 2 weeks, it's not easy and to answer this question, because in these 2 weeks we faced COVID problems, and to have a our training ground was closed for 3 days, and we didn't train for 4 days, and we restarted to train with only one part of the players, and then other players are back. But as you know very well, you don't know if the time that the players that had the COVID needed to recover to be fit, and for sure to play, I think is good. It's good for us because in 2 weeks that we are not playing, and but I repeat, and I'm ready to follow what they try to or they want to do.
Thanks, James. Simon Stone, please.
Hi, Antonio. I know you said that vaccinations are a personal matter, and I understand that. But the way the rules are, if an unvaccinated person is a close contact of a positive case, they have to isolate for 10 days, which potentially could affect your team. It could take players away from you. Would you urge players who are not vaccinated to get vaccinated, or do you just keep out of it?
But honestly, it's not easy, and it's not easy to answer this question. And I think every single person, every single player, or a single person or staff of the people that work in Tottenham or in other clubs has to take the decision for himself. And I think I took my decision. My family took their own decision, but I can't force anyone to take a personal decision, because I think this is not right. And for sure, it's a moment that we are facing another pandemic, and we have to pay great attention. But I repeat, it's very difficult to go into a situation or in the head of other person.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thanks, Simon. Pete Colley from PLP, please.
Thanks. Hi, Antonio.
Hey.
We all know when footballers don't play, they become unhappy. So how have you kept high spirits? How have you kept the morale over the last 2 weeks?
The morale was very, very down. Also because we prepared and we had the training session to play games, and we prepared all these games, and in 2 weeks for 3 times, we didn't play, and for sure the morale is down now when happen this type of situation. But at the same time, and for example, yesterday we were ready to play against Leicester, and we were there, and then before the lunch, they said us that the game was postponed, and then lunch, another travel when we arrived, and another training session, and it's not easy. It's not easy also to to explain the players, to explain the players and to find the right energy when you are prepared to play a game and then the game was postponed, and to come back to have another training session, and today to prepare another game against Liverpool, and you don't know if you are able to play, and surely is not simple, and it's not simple, and if the morale is a bit down, I think that I can justify my players, the whole environment, but at the same time I think that we are ready to play on Sunday, an important game against a really good team and an amazing team, and with the difficulty that we are facing, we are ready to play this game.
On your opposition, just finally for me, how good is Mo Salah right now in world football?
I think he's one of the best players in the world, and because he's during the game we have seen that how he scored, how he make assist, and he's very a decisive player, and during the game every time he has the ball is a danger, and yeah, he improved a lot. I remember him when he played in Italy, and now he's improved in an incredible way. Now I think he's one of the best players in the world, and above all, in every game is very decisive.
Thanks,
Pete. Alistair Gold, please.
Hi there, Antonio. Just want to ask you, of the players that have returned from isolation, the ones who've had COVID, have you seen them struggle in training sessions, or have some of them not even been able to do training sessions?
Yeah, but when the players are back from COVID, and for sure, and you have to pay great attention, and you can't give them the same charge of work of the other players, and you have to pay attention, because if you want everything very soon, you risk to have injury, and I think this is in this situation you have to take the risk, but at the same time you have to pay great attention, because they need time to be fit, and also in the before to pick the start 11, and you have to take on consideration all of these, and for example, to start with one player, and then during the game after 60-70 minutes to change him with another player that he had COVID. In this situation, I think it's important to have patience, and to take the right risk. And you know very well that every one of us would like to pick the best, the best players, the best start 11. But at the same time, you have to understand that they need a bit of time to have a good form, to be fit, and don't risk an injury. Otherwise, it'll be a disaster.
And can I just ask you very quickly how Sergio Reguilon's doing with his injury?
But Sergio until today and he trained apart. But now he's ready. He's ready tomorrow to have the training session with us, and now the player is comfortable to back to have training with us, and he's. I hope that tomorrow he's totally recovered. But today Sergio was happy because his feeling was good.
Thanks, Ali. Last one in this section, Jonathan Veal, please.
Hi, Antonio. This one's actually not about COVID. It's 2 weeks until the transfer window opens. I'm just wondering whether you've had a chat with Fabio Paratici and Daniel Levy about identifying targets for next month.
But in this moment, we are not thinking. And about transfer window, and we have had many problems to face and to try to solve that. It was very difficult to speak about other topics, and for sure in the next days we'll try to have a meeting and to speak about the situation, if there is a way to improve the squad, in which way. But in this moment I'm making evaluation about the whole squad, and COVID also could be a good chance, a good opportunity for someone to show me that they deserve to play, to continue to play for Tottenham.
Thanks, Johnny. We will now move on to the embargoed section of 10:30 p.m. tonight. Jason Burt, please.